Powered by Broadnetconcepts.
At least the people that made this content, they have tried, they have made an effort, they've gone out, they've done something. And what you are seeing on the screen is the efforts that they've made. If you're not contributing, if you're not making anything, then you stop talking. Because talk is actually very cheap. Anybody can talk. Nigerians, we talk a lot, everybody knows everything. But when it comes to executing and getting things done, then you find out that you see less people. So there and then, I decided that I was going to add a value to the industry, Yoruba movie industry in particular. I decided that I was going to add a value. Here I was, I don't have any cinematography, nor photography, nor film experience. I never went to film school. I studied engineering. After engineering, when I was studying engineering, there was no internet. I mean, there was internet, but internet was not available to us at that time. We have friends that were working in corporations. We would ask them whenever they come around that, John Saras, how does that internet look? Go. So I don't have any film nor photography experience. So, and though I had an IT experience as one of the pioneer of Scanet, if people have been used to Ibadan in those days, Scanet was the service provider, internet service provider in Ibadan. So I decided that for you to start any business at all, you need to gather experience. So I decided I was going to learn. That if I learn, after learning, I can make impact. I can contribute. So first thing is that I know that when you're dealing with video, you need a particular kind of hardware. Being a system engineer, I ordered for the kind of hardware that I will need to be able to learn. So, and the first package I started learning was Adobe After Effects. So I now ask around that, okay, I asked people that I know and in the movie industry that they should give me like 2 editors that they know are very good that I could go to fast track my learning. So they gave me 2 names. I went to one of the guys. His office was in Odife Road. So when I got there, I got in. I saw him. He was editing a job, a movie in particular. Then I looked at the system he was using. I shook my head because I found out that he was limited by the hardware he was using. There's no way he could do something like the kind of thing I'm looking at with the kind of hardware. So at that point, I decided I was not going to go after anybody to learn. So I started downloading videos on YouTube, started learning. I was doing like 10 hours of study every day, and I did that for 3 years. I made a curriculum like from so many sites, nofilmschool.com and so many other sites. I made a curriculum. So I started learning. After learning everything that had to do with movie, I decided I need to do a field work. So I asked around. I had a friend that knew a friend that knew one movie producer, and they took me. So I decided to go on the field to see what they are doing well and things that needed intervention. So when I got there, I'll go close to the cinematographer, check their settings. I'll see that where they're supposed to use a frame rate of 25 frames per second, they'll be using, because they want more light, they decide to go down to probably 25 frames per second. And they don't know the effect of all those settings on the video that they make, you know. That look at it. Where they're supposed to have more light, they would rather drop the light. They would rather, because they don't have enough light, they would rather drop some other aspect of the settings so that they would rather turn on their ISO and have more noise because they want more light instead of them to have more light. So I saw all those things. I saw all they go through to create the content. They put a lot of work, I must tell you, a lot. And later I found out that, okay, these people have done so very well. They've captured a movie in HD. And when they are ready to deliver, they hand it over to a market in Arena. The marketer doesn't understand HD. They don't understand quality. All they want is that they want to sell that movie on a VCD. So they will have to drop it down. So the quality at which they've captured will eventually be toned down to fit into the marketer's delivery mode. Then I looked at it, I said, oh, this is going to be a problem. This is one of the reasons we are having that kind of quality on African Magic. Then, you know, they don't understand the aspect of effects. They don't understand the aspect of 3D and all of the special effects that you need to put into a movie for you to have a good delivery. So I followed a particular production from beginning to the end. And I found out that at the point where they need to, I mean, the producer at that time spent like 1.5 million on a production. And when they needed to sell, the man was like, around 400. Okay, I saw that. I saw people that sold for that 400 and they wouldn't even get that money for like 3 years. Then I called myself apart. Apart from wanting to add value to this, I discovered that the business aspect of the business of that the sales aspect of the business is the major bottleneck where you cannot have good production, particularly in the Yoruba movie industry. It's so unfortunate that the people that are supposed to sell for every business, sales is the most important thing. That's what we've been talking about, your pricing and every other thing. If you are not selling, then you are not in business. You can put whatever you have into a particular business. You could say, okay, I want to start the best studio in Ibadan. You put all into it. If you're not selling, and if you're not selling right at the right price, then you are not in business. Somebody was asking about, I don't know if my charges is, you need to know your segment of the market. That this is the segment I want to work for. And over time, you need to build up with that kind of segment. So I look at it, I said, I told myself that if I'm going to do this at all, if I'm going to have value, then I must create means of distribution that would sell whatever is, because if I put all I have into this and I make movies and I still have to take it to people in Arena and Oshodi to sell for me, then I'll be frustrated out. Like so many people are frustrated out of that particular business. So I said, how am I going to compete with Olasco or Corporate Pictures or Adekas that have been in this business for years? There's no way that I'm going to start any distribution channel. One thing I found out is that they have a cartel. So an outsider cannot break into that cartel. So I just decided that I have an IT background and the future is digital. So if the future is digital, this was in 2015, if the future is digital, then I must think of a digital platform where people that have quality production can deliver and they can make as much as they put into that production. So that gets back to LIBRA TV in 2015. I decided to set up, I was thinking that, okay, do I need to build the technology like Iroko like Ibaka, or even like you have Netflix. Now, do I need to build the technology? I checked my pocket. I don't have that kind of money. I have to start where it is so small, but then that we can go. So I had to go to YouTube. I've been using YouTube videos all along for learning and every other thing. So I had to go to YouTube, create the channel. Then at that time, YouTube was much easier. As soon as you create your channel, you can monetize. So it was monetized, and when the money started coming in, I tried to post some content. When the money started coming in, I was discouraged. I was like, this is not going to work. Oh. For a while, I dropped it. When I dropped it, I felt that I should even, why am I disturbing myself with this movie production? Probably maybe I should try events. I'll probably be like, this is my guy here. I covered one wedding, a very big one. US conference hall was very new then. Commissioner's son, and I did all the work. I delivered, bought printer, printed DVD and everything. And I delivered and I was not paid. I don't know how to chase payment too. So I decided to go back to the movie and see what it will give. Then, the mistakes so many people make. If you are doing vlogging, that means you're doing short videos on YouTube. If you're a vlogger, you're doing short video. On YouTube, there are things we call a long form and a short form production. If you're starting your YouTube channel, at the point of entry, you must decide on your own if what you want to do is long form or short form. What I wanted, or what I do now, is called long form. When you produce like 1 hour, 20 minutes content, and you post it on YouTube. So after looking at all those things, I found out that YouTube is a content platform. I mean, if you're not doing YouTube, if you're doing Instagram, if you want to vlog or you want to do skits, it's a content business. If you're doing a content business, it is your business to create content and present it. A content that is created and is not delivered is not a content made. You need to deliver from time to time. Then I had to look at it that how do I get content to post often in such a manner that the channel will become formidable. I will still have to go to the marketers to go and beg them. I said, if I do that, growth will become something that will be difficult because I'm trying to do what they are not doing. Then what do? I have to look around. I found out that because they've had a cartel, they have locked certain content out of circulation. You see, there are so many things that happen in the industry. I wouldn't want to be saying that here now. But if you don't dance to certain tunes, then your content will never be seen. No matter how good you are. That's what I found out. So I started mopping up all the contents that has been shut out of the mainstream. So far it is good. Even if it is not very good, I have the knowledge. Over time, I have learned almost all the packages of Adobe, from Premiere to After Effects to Photoshop. I've taken time to learn it over time. So I can always add value to every production. Once I see once I see that it has any feature that, okay, if we improve on this, and that was what I started working on. And the moment I started, we started giving out word of mouth. They had this emergency session at Arena, and they said nobody among us should give production to LIBRA TV. Somebody in the meeting recorded it, somebody that I've been doing business with, he recorded it and he passed it to me that, okay, we've been asked not to give you production again. I said, it's not a problem. So at that point in time, we started, and there's a particular guy that I knew that, okay, I said, Ben, can I have your content to show on LIBRA TV? The guy said no, that he has actually spent a lot of money on it. That I said, let me have it. We'll show it. He said, no, that I should, if I have like 500,000, that I should give him 500,000, he will give me all the right. At that point, I didn't have the 500,000 to buy the content. But there was another online channel that was ready to pay him more. So I told him, I said, Ben, just give me. Once we sell, no matter the amount we make from it, I'll give it the whole of the amount, and I will also give you, I bought some equipment then. I'll give it to you so you can go and make another production. At the end of the day, the guy gave it to me, and we showed that production. Eventually, the guy was able to make over 1.5 million, and I gave it to him. And that was the beginning. But what I have done over time is that we've screened every productions that have come on LIBRA TV. Over time, we make sure that after the channel has been known, we make sure that we screen every production, because now we need to people they've had this anyway Yoruba movie, I don't want to see it. They do a lot of mess. So we had that to deal with, and we need to get the confidence back. So for us to get that back, we need to make sure that we present to people from time to time production that the moment you start, you will want to stop. So we have to invest a lot into making all this content. And we have also succeeded in not only screening and presenting to people productions that will really fit into their need. We've actually taken the game higher to the level that, okay, I mean, for the first time on YouTube, a content channel is delivering content in 4K. We had to invest and also make sure that we leave HD to deliver in 4K. And that is like becoming the industry standard. Like so many other producers are now trying to come up and raise the production from HD to 4K. But not only 4K, the business of filmmaking goes around telling a story, just like in wedding and event coverage generally. You must find a story to tell. So if you're not telling a story, if your story is not interesting, nobody wants to sit down and nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to see whatever that you have made. These are the things that people have decided to left behind, and they come on screen and show only laps, best, bomb, and every other thing, because their aim is not really to tell story, but because they want to attract attention of magas that will pay, that will eventually somewhere. So we need, if you're doing the business of filmmaking, you need to be able to tell a story in such a manner that your listeners and your audience can resonate with the kind of story that you tell. And these are really help the platform that we are trying to create. Apart from that, if you're doing this business and if you're doing business of any other business at all, from what I have learned over time since I came in here, you need to make sure that there's what is called transparency and integrity in what you take and deliver. If I have an agreement with you, and I get to your event and find out you are a big fish, I still have to make sure that my integrity kicks in and I deliver, even like you said, even more than what I have in mind, because I need to win your trust completely. And that's what we do. I'll tell people, if you bring content to me, that, okay, you want us to stream your content, I'll tell you, whoever brings the content it doesn't concern me. What is my aim is that your content is more important than the contact that sent you. Like, okay, what is in your content? We receive PV copies. If you receive like 100 PV copies for movies to show on LIBRA TV, you find out that out of that 100, by the time we screen, we will only be able to show like 5 out of 100. And we'll tell the other 95 that you can take your content to other platforms. They'll tell you what is wrong with it. I'll tell them nothing is wrong with it. It's just that it does not meet the criteria on which and the standard of which we have set this platform. I don't want to know who you are. You are going to take your content back. It doesn't mean your content is bad, but you can show your content on another platform. We've created a platform that tends to the need of a particular segment. People that want to see a content that, okay, now let me tell you, if you're a YouTuber and you want to make money from YouTube, where the money are on YouTube is actually not on the views that comes from Nigeria. You won't get money from Nigerian views because the CPM, cost per mile, that they will pay for viewers in Nigeria is not as high as cost per mile that will come from countries like US, Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, and so forth. And whatever you make on YouTube is actually the determinant of what you make on YouTube is the CPM. That cost per mile is the multiplier. What cost per mile is for every 1,000 monetized view that you get on YouTube, that's the cost per mile. Monetized view, get it now. You could have 1 million views and only 10,000 of it is monetized. So it is only those monetized views that will pay you as a content provider on YouTube. So if I have 10,000 monetized view and my cost per mile is $10, like that's the maximum you get for cost per mile in Nigeria, what it means is that for every 1,000 of those monetized view, they pay me $10. So if I have 10,000 monetized view, that means I'm going to get 10 times 10, $20 in all for 10,000 monetized view, $20 as revenue. But if I have 10,000 monetized view and I have mainly those 10,000 monetized view are from the US, where the cost per mile is like $50 or $80. There are times you get as high as $100. At that point in time, you're getting like a times 10 money from that end than we are getting in Nigeria. And these are Nigerians in diasporas. What they want to see is they have time, a limited time. This is the time we will rest. They work a lot. People outside, they work a lot. We have just 45 minutes to rest, refresh our brain with movies, and move on. So once they come around, they open the first channel. Oh, there are 5 minutes. It does not resonate with them. They cut you off. They open the second one. It doesn't resonate with them. So over time, we've been able to build relationship with them. I'll tell people that works with me that I don't want what I want. I want to show what these people want. So over time, we've been able to build a platform that will resonate and give them what they want. So if you're going to stay in business at all, you want to do this business. If you want to do this business and you want to stay in the business at all, even for whatever that the business is, photography, cinematography, film, events, you have to tend to the needs of your clients. Like he said, think less of your personality and think more of the business. Put more effort, less of, de-emphasize yourself and project the brand. Your brand, that's what you should project. I wouldn't want anybody to know me. I rather want everyone to know LIBRA TV. Once that is done, I stay in business and I'm fine. And we make a lot of mistakes. A lot of us make mistakes that, okay, what is your brand? What do you think is your brand? Have you asked yourself that question? What's your brand? Is it what you think that your business is? No, it is not. It's not. It's not what you think. Your brand is actually what comes to the memory or what comes to the mind of every individual the moment your name is mentioned. The moment I mentioned his name, what is that thing that flashes through your mind? What people see in that nanoseconds, the moment your name is mentioned, that's your brand. Your brand is not what you say you are. You could come here and talk and say so many things. No, that's not your brand. Your brand is what people think about you. And in branding, there's something that we call donut effect, where you have a lot of things outside, then you have a big hole in the middle. If you make a lot of noise, radio advertisement, TV advertisement, billboards, saying what you are, that does not add value to your brand beyond the outside. When people come, if they find all the attributes you've advertised in you, then your brand is solid. But the moment they come around and you said you are this and that, and they gave you the job, and you get the job done, and with all the noise, then you've had donut effect. There's a hole, a big hole in your brand. For a business or any transaction that you do that do not bring you another 5 of such businesses, then you have failed. Thank you very much.
Powered by BROADNetconcepts.